It's the end of the world, but not as you know it. This is Apocalypse Soon. Hypercompressed storytelling is 2000 AD's raison d'etre, but stories told one page at a time have something of a patchy record. On the one hand, you have the surreal and absurdist political and social commentary of Peter Milligan and Brendan McCarthy Sooner or Later, but then on the other you have the well-drawn but ultimately very slight The Straitjacket Fits by David Bishop and Roger Langridge. Running in the Judge Dredd Megazine from issues 204 to 214, Alan Grant and Shaun Thomas's creator-owned Apocalypse Soon kind of falls between the two. It's got plenty in the way of social comment, but it's a pretty slight joke to stretch across 14 single-page episodes. The four horsemen of the apocalypse, death, famine, plague and war, are bored. They're waiting for the end of the world to begin at a sleazy bar in Dakota when their equally restive horses get drunk and wander off. When God initiates doomsday, he is unhappy to find his horsemen have to walk. They eventually track their steeds down to a hippie orgy before a tab of acid sends death off the deep end, and they end up in post-invasion Iraq, captives of monomaniacal George Bush and Tony Blair, God's new horsemen of the apocalypse. With political commentary as subtle as a brick, and individual pages that feel bizarrely light even though crammed with Thomas's expressive portrayals of the Four Horsemen, Apocalypse Soon is an odd little quirk of the early 2000s magazine, when it was beginning its ascent back into health under editor Alan Barnes. It's never been collected, so you'll need the original Megs, which are available from 2000 AD's web shop and apps. From one kind of apocalypse to another, next week on the 2000 AD ABC, from comedy to being a bit more serious as we encounter Armageddon, the Bad Man.